Hello, Zane Morris here. If you don't know who I am, well, I'm winding down. It's at night. I work late. You know, got my boxing gym where. But if you don't know who I am, I've written two books that are out on Amazon. One of them, the price is basically multiplied by like 10,000%, or I don't know how many. It started in 1995, and the last time I checked in church the other day, it's like a $1,700 because just I used every direct response method and gimmick I could figure out, and just cut it off to see what it could do. I wanted to beat Babe Ruth's baseball card, and I guess I did. And then I wrote a second one just for my actual fans with basically whenever I self-published because I write, and I basically was editing and writing books for other people, so I did it all myself without one lick of help on each one. And that's how come the value so high and everybody else's value so low, is because the editing publishing empire that's there is, basically closet homosexuals that hate themselves. If you read the New York Times, just like I believe Donald Trump is so much of a closet gay that his daughter molests him on national TV, and he doesn't even realize it because he doesn't have a small penis to stick in his mouth or his butt. But anyway, I've worked during the day parts. Oklahoma State University. My dream was to become a professional wrestler because that's what my like shoot style, the real stuff from Japan in the '70s. That's all we had in Tulsa, like NFL without pads. I mean, you could probably. I mean, I don't know if you can see it now, but I have so many scars on top of my head. I mean, all that white up there is just basically scar tissue. But you know, the I pulled this tooth out myself because it broke in half from getting punched in the face. Basically, I've gotten so tough. My first year in boxing, I was supposed to let a lady punch at me and move, so she couldn't knock me out, and I just sit there and let her punch my face until she got tired and my tooth broke in half. So, anyway, and then when I lose wrestling matches, they usually hit me with the belt or tie me to the ropes of barbed wire and stuff like that. But professional wrestling it's like looking at the odds on a football game like last season or something, the Patriots versus the Lions. You know who's going to win, so you have to adjust the rules so you'd have like a no pass game, and then maybe it'd be even because you want to get the odds even enough for people to show up. And I've on the day side, when I went to Oklahoma State University and graduated with my communications degree, together means degrees. So I teach visual and basic business coming together. I've worked with top level vice presidents of marketing from Fortune 500 companies all the way down to Main Street, and right now I'm like in Main Street more, and I'm because they actually have money, and then the corporate world is tied to loans. They're living on credit cards right now, but that might change by the time you read this, because I'm going to do it all. But I just wanted to take a moment to introduce myself to you and on the wrestling side of things. I've started wrestling when I was 9, and I decided I was going to win all the medals. I've actually I got disqualified more than I won. Period. I mean, my win-loss record in amateur was, like disqualification, because if you touch your hands together, I mean, I would just watch TV and I'd start choking people and get them in neck cranks. But if you touch your hands together, it's instant qualification, because these weak, punks that are, lots of them are the wrestling promoters or the closet homosexuals I'm talking about, because they sit in a chair when you're getting ready and they just kind of look. And we go watch any kind of Muhammad Ali film, how he would just drop his pants right in front of his promoters, and he had plenty of money because he would drop his pants in front of his promoters, and Don King and all that stuff. That's probably why Mike Tyson quit and started going nuts. And I don't think he raped anybody. I mean, I've been to jail because I wouldn't sleep with a girl after that. There's a cat that's still alive I got accused of killing. But anyway, whatever it takes to get the cops out. But, I mean, all that was literally on Air Force time anyway, so it doesn't matter. So you were in jail. I had nothing to do with it. Anyway, SAD, baby. SAD. Okay, so, if you look at Jesse Ventura's job back in Vietnam, mine is very similar in modern times, but basically 9/11 really pissed me off, and I'm a freelancer. I'm a walk-on. I do what's called run-ins, and in the wrestling, if you don't like what you're doing, me and my friends will run into the ring and just stomp you into living hell, and you won't come back, or you will, and we won't let you in. Oh no, we'll let you in. We'll just keep stomping you until you decide that it's just safer to stay at home. So, and you could look at my films and see that. But anyway, I just wanted to introduce myself and say that I win because I cheat, and the reason I cheat is because you cheated first. Eye for an eye, for a tooth. So I mean that's the law of God that we all started with. So anyway, the point is I could replace anybody because I'm a freelancer. As an agency man, I have to learn what you do in about 6 weeks and produce it in 8 weeks, because there's what's called a print deadline, and print's not dead. They just wanted to not remind you so they could sneak in and keep all the money and print for themselves. I mean, Oprah's the devil. So Oprah's the devil. Microsoft, they're child molesters. I mean, Microsoft, that's a child's penis. Oprah doesn't have a, she gives away all stuff. I mean, it's like candy. This isn't libel. I've been an editor. This is an editorial. I've been an editor for National Rifle Association. I mean, Linda Mass said you could find it for 2 years. This is how I feel, and this is my opinion. If you don't agree, then whatever. Go subscribe somewhere else. But, Oprah, how you going to give away a bunch of cars? That's like candy. Get in my van. All of them. Microsoft. Come on, dude. Really? But, they're hoarding money. Nobody, like I was telling one of my partners in crime, or actually business today, for 20 years, best man at my wedding. Think about it. Nobody needs $6 billion. I mean, I have a bunch of women around, and my culture does that, and it's legal for me because of religious freedom and culture. I'm Native American, and I actually am a dual citizen. Cherokee, it's Apache, okay. Cherokee, Creek, Chickasaw, we're boat people. Apache's all the same thing. Ute, same thing. Comanche, all the same thing. But the main thing is that, say if I have 10 women that I'm supporting, their income, I mean, we're matriarchal. Basically, the men would go off and die in battle, and then you have to adopt babies. That's how my clan is. We're all Scottish Highlanders, basically. The only two people called with slurs, called savages, or Scottish Highlanders by the Irish Catholic gays. Gays, again, they wouldn't, basically, we don't let men, we wear kilts, but we don't let, because we killed something, but we won't let men look under them. And because that, we're the fuck out of there. So, but every job I've lost is because I won't, and everybody's on meth because, I have ADHD actually. That's why that's why I have the medical marijuana, and then the medicine that they give you that's a stimulant, which I can't take because of my heart rate. Because again, boxing, it's like I have to keep my heart rate so low because I'm my fucking, that's not good. It's just like redlining your car all the time. I got to go down, not up. But the point is that Adderall for the first 6 weeks. I mean, the first time you take it, which is it's like amphetamine solvents or something, is the same thing as the meth. It makes you feel like you're having an orgasm at the very first time you take it, just like when you sneeze, right? Well, and it's white and it goes in their mouth. But they refuse to have sex with women, but they want to do that, and they rot their teeth out, and they basically want you to get so horny that you have to, choose them, just like the popes and all the Catholic line. And there's a prophecy, Peter Romans, in my second book, about how this is the last one, and basically the last one quit, which is the bottom, and gays, they have a body like a masculine and feminine. The feminine one quit, which was the last one. He's still living there in the same apartment. So the Vatican, you basically got a married couple saying that you shouldn't get married, and the father's a devil of lies. But these are pathological liars. You can look that up. But anyway, on the religious side, just know that God is food. God has nothing to do with sex. I mean, they tell you God's sex, so you'll come in and confess it to them, and they'll think about it in the confessional booth. But how much heaven is the right burrito or taco? Oh yeah, I'm in Colorado. We have great burritos and tacos here, but the South, like a fried chicken, fried steak, or anything. How good is that? Bacon, it's heaven. But it all goes back to a mother's milk. And the reason women cook is not because it's sexist, is because they have an instinct for it, because they feed us as children. And that's pretty much it. And as far as the Bible saying the men should be the head, well, yeah, because while they're feeding the babies, we're out building stuff, and the head meaning a calculator. Okay, but at the same time, if they'll invest time in getting a degree, they can get as smart as us. But we can never ever get a mother instinct and actually, give a shit about nurturing anybody or anything. But that's all that Donald Trump thinks he does. And by this time, he might not even be on the planet anymore. And I'll be very proud of that. But anyway, there you go. You get what you want. Faith is persistence, and he persistently wants to die. The way he just keeps shutting everything and just pissing everybody off because he wants somebody to hold him down and rape him in the asshole. And that's my professional opinion. I look at Wal-Mart; it's like a little bitty asshole up there. Child molesters. I mean, either that or they really like anal sex, like porn. And I don't see them even allowing like titties to be shown in there. So I don't know. It looks really small. It's not hairy, so that's not a gay man. But again, I'm an art history. Basically, you can call me an art history major. It's design is actually my actual degree, but Oklahoma State University, Visual Communication Department. But just know this. I'm trying to wrap this up in 10 minutes. Criminogenic is a term. 4% of the population now basically is going extinct, like the saber-toothed tiger. The saber-toothed tiger should have been eating gazelles and stuff, but their teeth probably got bigger from eating all the rats, because rats' teeth grow if they don't, because rats are easy. We're not supposed to eat rats. That's like you eat candy bars for every meal. So they're not human. They're going extinct. And just like it always happens, God, like whenever trees fall, he always puts the weakest against the strongest. So it's time, the strong must survive. But 96% of the people are with you. Gays are eunuchs, and okay. Just love. Thanks.